Smell that fresh dirt, guys. Spring is around the corner. By the way, welcome back to Matt to the Rural Country Farmer. Today's 13th, and we are tilling our garden today. We were going to do this because tomorrow, we're going to do this today because tomorrow we got some thunderstorms coming to our area tomorrow, so we're going to try and get this garden tilled up as best we can. Job. Yep, and for those of you who've never seen this tiller on the channel, my dad brought this tiller years ago. It still does what we want it to do. It's had gas put in it every year, and every year when we till up our garden, it starts up every time. It's a little 5 horsepower motor. We've never had to get a new tiller. That's awesome thing about this. You've seen this on the channel every year. It's a fun little tiller. We love tilling our garden with this old girl, and she does the job that she wants to do. So you can see it's an easy spin starting motor. You know, it pulls a little hard, but it does what we want it to do. And of course, it's got the stick there to pull the dirt in. Here's our finished product. And we actually took the fence down right here. It used to be a fence right up in here, and we took that down. We was going to make this garden a little wider, but I think it's fine the way it is because we're not planting a very big garden anyway. We really have to get this dog shit out here before we can actually make a little more room, you know, to make our garden wider. But I think that's perfect right there. And if we really didn't have this there, we can make this like a little bit, like 12 feet, 2 feet wider, but I think it's fine the way it is. You know, I'm happy with the results. The reason we wanted to get this done today is because tomorrow we got those thunderstorms coming. So I thought I'd bring you like a little 2-part video on us tilling the garden. So I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna take you in the garage. I don't know if you saw in our last video, we had trouble getting that John Deere started. And it turns out I flooded out the carburetor. That's why it wouldn't start. And my battery went flat. So I've got the battery in the shop. It's charging right now. I finally got our shoveler charger to finally work, which is awesome. Before, I never could get that thing to work. It always kept wanting to, the arrow kept always wanting to go back every time. So that's why I always use that Sears battery charger. So I'll go take you to the garage. I'll show you our battery charging. Alright, here's our John Deere 111. You saw this in our last video. We had trouble getting this thing to start. And it turns out our battery, I don't know if you can see it, it went a little bit flat on us. So I'm gonna let this thing charge a little bit, because the battery on this Deere always goes flat. Every time I try starting it, the carburetor gets slowed out and then the battery goes flat. So I'm gonna let that carburetor sit until tomorrow and start it again. But I think as for right now, I charge that battery up, it'll be fine for tomorrow. I just want to get it charged up good enough so we can get this thing ready for spring. Because I've got some projects I'm going to be doing with this John Deere. I was actually going to start it up last week and pull some of them limbs that went off that tree. I was going to, because they were on the ground anyway, and I was going to pull them with the Deere, but it looks like we already got to it before I was able to start it. But that's no big deal. So I'm going to let that battery charge up for a little while and get it charged good. Then I've got the other battery charger over here, and it's charging the side post battery for our Malibu, our Chevy Malibu. So we got that currently charging. And you see we got a new charger on the channel. I don't know why we have 2 of these shoveler battery chargers. The one that actually works the best is our Sears battery charger. And it's currently in the shed, and it does the best job that we want it to do with it. And that battery charger is amazing. So right now I've got my John Deere battery. It's currently charging. And then I've got the other one battery charging too. I actually charged up this battery here. I charged it up. And it's ready to go in our Murray mower. You see it's sitting right here. I've done a little wrenching on this here recently, getting this thing to run. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to order some parts to get this thing running again. So that's a future project. Good thing is I reorganized this shop. At least now looks a lot better. Because before everything was all like facing that way, and then it just looked weird like that. So I turned everything around and faced it the correct way. So now all I have to do, if I want to get a mower out, I can just pull it out, which is not hard to do. So we'll try this John Deere again tomorrow. You might see a future video on this Murray if I get some parts ordered and tracked down for it. I want to put a choke cable on it too, so I can actually choke it and get it started. That's what I'm thinking about doing with that. So that's coming up in a future video. That's a future video. So, and the old truck, the tractor, that's all future video. So I'll let this thing charge and we'll try again tomorrow.